Good day, everyone. Today we have a special guest, uh, the god of PvP in our DST server, Crimson. He is willing to share his PvP spec and his knowledge with us today. Please welcome Crimson. Yay!
What's
Welcome,
going on, everybody?
Crimson.
How's it going? Glad to be here.
Good, good. So I heard you don't mind sharing your PvP specs. It's not a huge secret or anything.
Nah, I don't keep anything secret. With Shadow Dancer, you've kind of got one build, and that's about it. You can play with your stats a little, but your skills are pretty much set in stone.
All right, so if it's that simple, show it to us. I'll stay quiet, take as much as time you want, and fire away.
Well, I've still got that list of questions you gave me, so let's go through that from the start. So first up is a common question: Slayer versus Shadow Dancer. Now, Slayer, you get Blade of Destruction, or BOD, B-O-D for short. So to build up your combo and use your BOD repetitively is the issue. Shadow Dancer, you can kind of just keep using your clone as much as you can, which is your primary source of damage, and it builds your combo on top of it. So with that, we're going to go into my skill spec here. I still got one more point I need to redeem. Let's just do that quickly. All right, so general stats you're going to want to go with. Your dash for your mobility with the +5 movement speed max upgrade. Your blade wielder, this is your CC, your control. You want to be able to dash in, stun, and run. So you want to max out the bonus so you get your 2-second stun duration. Same with invisibility, you want to max it so you get as much damage out of it as possible. Keep in mind that this skill does reduce healing, so for your battles against oracles and anyone with sweet fur, keep that in mind. You also want to max the buff on this because that 3 seconds is tricky. Increasing your damage done is huge later. For your Shadow Dancer tree, everything gets maxed except for your HP and your all stats. I'll go into that in a bit. So first up, your crit rate plus. Crit rate is my bread and butter. That's what I go for 100%. My goal is to get 100% crit rate. After that, you want your invisibility too. The reason you max number 1 is this increases your dodge rate by 30%. So now you've got increased, where is it? Tricky. Movement speed increased by 50%. You do a cheap shot with gems them, roots them, and cuts their healing. Now while you're damaging them, you're also dodging them. Also makes it last 1 second longer when you max out that buff. Crit damage for bleed, that's kind of a no-brainer. You need the bleed for your crit damage, which is with your Shadow Clone. So max that as well because it'll reduce healing even more. Your Shadow Clone, this is your skill. This is your damage. You can use it once, then you have to wait 18 seconds, which is the cooldown, or when you have 4 combo points built up, you can cast an additional one. Keep that in mind. Your combo points are very important. They matter for your combos. It also says using skill will not interrupt your invisibility, so you can go invisible, drop clone, and then run away. That'll come into the PvP section. Pets, standard pet build. You want to get your cooldown reduction and your damage increase maxed. Next, you can do pet HP if you're using something like the dragon or something that scales with HP. If you're not using dragon or anything scaling with HP, leave this at 5 and focus on your all stats. You want 10 on your pet CDs first, then your damage increase, then your all stats. I'm using dragon, so increasing the pet's HP increases the shield when it transforms. So that's the base rundown. You'll see I have 11 out of 10. I've got an extra skill adding to Shadow Clone from somewhere. I'll show you later on. All right, so that is basically my skill build. Now, the combos you're going to want to use: invisibility, clone, blade wielder, and dash. these are your 4 skills you're going to want to use. Use them in whatever order or arrange them in whatever order works for you. The way I PvP, I will clone in so I can find my enemy. Actually, you know what? This will be better if we actually go into a duel. So, Jelly, where are you at?
No, I'm not on right now. Maybe you can go into arena.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll just go into arena and show then. Yep. So we'll go against this random person. So arena's a bit different. You'll see how you can explode someone. So you're literally invisible, drop clone because you stay invisible, stun so they can't do anything, dash, drop another clone, and they're dead. And then you can transform if you want. So it's invisibility, clone, while you're invisible, done, then you use your dash, and by that time, you've got the bonus damage from trickery, you've got the bonus dodge from being invisible, and you're able to unleash hell on them. So that's generally how you want to do it, is invisible, clone, dash, or stun, and then another clone will be available. So the reason I'm running this skill combo is it allows me to just disappear. If you're fighting someone stronger, you've got to invisible, drop your clone, dash away, and get ready for your next invisible. It's got a 15-second cooldown, so you got to buy yourself time. Try to fight on one edge of the arena, drop your shadow clone, and dash towards the other edge and run. Buy yourself some time. Use your pets for this point. So when I'm in between my cooldowns for using my damage or my clone or my invisibility, I'll switch to my pets. This is where you've got your dragon. If you're not using dragon, I recommend the armored bear, as that is a good shield. Angel as my primary damage dealer. If you're not using an angel, then you're probably good with a pyro. If you're on a rogue, you might want to look at your crit damage or your crit percentage and use the fox if you're under, say, 70%. I also use Flame Wielder instead of Dragon or Snow Bunny because I prefer the invulnerability. It's nice to be able to mobile while being invulnerable, and I can kind of set up. Pets are kind of pets. There's not really too much to go into on that. Just keep leveling them up, doing the best you can. There's a shit ton you need. Sorry, I should ask if there's language allowed, but there's a ton of different things you can do with your pets. I opted out of the elemental fox, which is, where's my fox? There it is. So a lot of early rogues, you're going to want to use this. It gives you damn good crit rate and attack percentage. It gives you 10 seconds, so you can also stack this. You use this, then you use, say, your armored bear. Oh, I'm getting dragged into a team. 1 second here. Yeah, okay. I get dragged around a lot, so where was I here? So that was...
You were explaining about elemental pet?
Right. So pets, and the pets you should be using. So early levels, you're going to want to use the elemental fox because it increases your crit damage. That'll probably be replacing the angel in your secondary slot, I would say. So if I had no angel, no dragon, and I was using the basic pets between SSR and UR, my call would probably be Flame Wielder, Armored Bear, maybe Gale, maybe Gem. Depends on if you want to go more damage heavy or more tank heavy. Nope.
They're not giving up on you.
It's Beast, so I'll just go into Beast and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, as my stats, so my crit rate is currently sitting at a 72%, which is why I don't need the Fox. So that is my base crit. And you got to remember with rogue class, you get increased crit. So I get a 5% crit rate here, but on a Slayer, you actually get more critical rate and more critical damage, which balances with the Blade of Destruction or BOD. So for me, I'm wanting crit rate, crit damage, and crit debuff. So that's where your runes come in. Dismantle some of those useless ones. Alright, so for my main rune skills, I'm running Assault, Dragon Slay, Ocean, and Swiftness. I like the increased attack speed and movement speed so I can chase, run, hunt, whatever I need to do. If you need to go heavy, you can attack, and it gives you that nice attack speed, and you can chase people around. Ocean is just good for damage reduction. Can't say no. Dragon Slay, ignoring P defense. This is huge on a rogue. Your damage is all physical, so you'll want it to go through their defense. Assault, just increase all damage done. Some rogues go for the Rampage route. I'm not a big fan of Rampage. Increasing your crit rate to 100% for 3 seconds, but it's only a 5% chance to trigger. Not that much. So I didn't see it triggering enough to make it valuable for me. So those are the 4 I'm going for. What you want to do is get 2 fancy runes at most for each one. So I have my Dragon Slay. I made sure Dennis has Dragon Slay. That's the skill I'm wanting. So what do? I look at another Dragon Slay. And where's my other Dragon Slayer? Dragon Slay on my Dracula. The other thing you can do when you're looking at a rune, open it up. Take a look at the first 2 special skills you can get. This guy specializes in attack and strength, which is pure damage for us. So you want that. Alice. She does physical penetration, so you're going to pen right through their defenses. With the assault, that's good. Dracula, she gives you a hit rate and damage bonus. So that damage bonus is what's good. I might be changing this one. I'm not set on Dracula just yet. I did find Snow Princess, which I kind of want to switch to, because this does the debuff damage boost. Don't care about intelligent. This debuff damage boost is your bleed damage. So the higher this is, the more bleed damage you're going to do DOT. Of course, I have the 2 fancy runes. Most people aren't going to have these. King Arthur and Valkyrie. I like those ones. Try to get, when you're refining these, as many of these skills as possible. So I've got 1, 2, and 3. So that gives me a level 3 Valkyrie's Descents. So this skill can hit multiple levels. It can be level 1, level 2, level 3. I happen to get lucky and get a few good ones. Damage boost and +2. For your defensive runes, I've got Sirius, because he gives you that crit rate again. All important crit rate. I've got Elf Prince, because he gives you physique and dodge rate. Dodge scales with your ability, which is a primary ability for your rogue. We've also got Red Lotus, mainly for the damage reduction and true damage reduction. I like not taking damage. That's good. And wait, what was that one? That was Sirius. And then I have Stormlord. Stormlord for the all stats and the damage reflect, mainly just because he has Ocean. That's the only reason I put him on there. I'll replace that when I can. For your Supreme slots, throw anything in. Absolutely any red star, whatever your highest runes are. The only skills that matter are these purple ones. So these 3 green are ignored. These 3 purple are added to your skills. Ignore sets. They do not transition from Supreme Plate to your regular sets. So this is on an assault. It does not give me an extra assault level. If I have 4 assault in here on these attacks, it will give me a level 4 assault. So Supreme page, just highest runes you got, get them all to level 15 and start getting their bonuses up. So like this guy's got an 11,000 bonus he adds to me, mainly because he's got HP, physique, dodge, and his usual dodge rate skills. So this guy gives me a lot of dodge. Whoops, I gotta follow the team. Set it to auto. Okay, so that's runes. What should we look at next?
Wow, that's an amazing presentation. You smoothly transition to one topic to another. You're great at this.
I've streamed before.
Oh, I see. That's why. No wonder No wonder. Smooth explanation. I think you covered most of my question, but going back to the your skills, you mentioned that some of your skill reduce healing. I didn't know that.
Correct. Correct. So with Rogue, the big thing you want to do is your blade dance and your invisibility. So when I go invisible, I increase my movement speed and I can use cheap shot to attack you. That's where I teleport on top of you or teleport behind you and I deal a bunch of damage.
Is that mean
So
Oracle is easiest prey for you?
actually, Oracle is fairly difficult, but it's because you have to time your skills right. If you don't invisibly jump on them or cause the bleed at the right time, they'll out heal your damage.
Okay, then who
So,
is the easiest prey for you and who is the hardest prey for you?
Archer. Archer is the hardest because you can't root them and you can't stun them at some point, so you have to be able to chase. That's why I use double mobilities. I use invisibility and the dash, so I have the ability to run away, hide, and wait out their cooldowns so that I can jump on them.
I see.
And going back to that, the HP thing. So cheap shot, there's your HP for 50% for 8 seconds. So as soon as I jump on an Oracle, their healing is cut in half. So if you can use it while they're using their aura song, that's one of the best times, as it'll basically negate that entire song of healing. The other part is this guy. So your Reaper's Blade is each critical damage done to an enemy inflicts bleed on them, dealing damage to whatever in total over time. Now, your Shadow Clone is what applies the bleed. Where it deals to enemies nearby and slows them. I thought this dealt bleed. Okay, so it's basically you're relying on the critical damage from your Shadow Clone to deal crits, which will then cause bleeds, which then additionally reduce your healing by 30%. So if you jump on an Oracle and cast your clone and get a bleed off, that's 30 plus 50. So you're getting 80% healing reduction on your enemy. They will die instantly.
I noticed that when we go in team battle together, you are the first one to go out and the first one to engage the opponents, and you always go after the healer first. Is that the best strategy for the rogue to contribute to the team fight?
For the rogue, in my opinion, you are the assassin. You need to get to the back line, to the squishy targets. You do not want to fight the tank. You do not want to get kited by a mage or by somebody else. So you need to disappear, run through the front line, and jump on the Oracle. So it depends on if you're doing a, say, 3v3 kind of PvP or the 5v5 Guild War. In the Guild War, it's much different than the 3v3 scenario. In the 3v3 scenario, it's like you say, you want to dive past the front line, get to the back line. Your primary targets in order are Oracle, Mage, Archer, Assassin, or Rogue, and then Sortie. Although there is some play depending on the level of your opponent. If you have a Seraph or Oracle and say a Saint Sortie and a Savior Mage, you want to kill the Oracle and the Mage. You always go for the Oracle first because even a low-level Oracle can heal whoever else you're fighting.
Good advice. Good advice. So far you have mentioned how amazing Shadow Dancer is. What about the Slayer? Going back to the very initial question, the most amount of time I have seen you being Slayer is like 3 days. You always go back to Shadow. Is Slayer hopeless?
I have hope for it for Slayer. That was actually what my first class was. I went Slayer, I wanted to main it. But that was before they made the changes to Clone, where they made it so you can use it twice. Before, you could use Clone, but it was only once, every 18 seconds or 12 seconds. So you were really hurt on damage. Now that I can stack my abilities and recast it with combo, 4 points in combo, it's much better. With the Slayer, you lose your mobility because you need to have Blade Dance to gain 2 combo points from the AoE damage. So you use your Blade of Destruction. I believe there's a level 1 that I have that I don't have any. Yeah. So Blade Dance. Deals damage, gives you combo points, gives extra lifesteal. Cool. Good against monsters, PvE. PvP is not bad, especially when you get the Blade of Destruction off. You can hit for over 100,000 damage every time. But consistently getting that damage up and not being able to run away from the fight hinders you greatly. I still plan on trying out Slayer now and then, going back to it to see how they tweak it. In my opinion, it needs a little bit more damage, a little bit more mobility. You don't really use Shadow Onslaught ever unless you're going... Actually, in Slayer, there was one build which used Onslaught over Blade of Destruction, because you basically cast Blade Dance, which gives you 2 combo points when you're a Slayer. You auto-attack, and as you auto-attack and you critical hit, you gain combo points, and you would just use Blade of Destruction, or Shadow Onslaught. So you just non-stop use this skill over and over and over, and it'd be like 70k damage, but it's never off cooldown.
So does that mean Shadow Dancer is also superior in PvE? Pioneers, dungeons?
I'd say Slayer is better for monster hunting, like you're doing your beast, your ancient beast, the gear realms, because it does good AoE damage and very high AoE damage. So whereas my Blade Dance, it does some good damage up front, and then the bleed behind it follows up, and it gives good damage over time. Whereas with the Slayer, you're just consistently pumping out 100,000 damage every time you hit Blade of Destruction, which is fairly quick when you have a high crit rate.
You know what? So far, all this knowledge, I found that Rogue is not an easy class to play. Would you say that's a fair statement?
Rogue is a skill and experience-based class. You get exploded. I mean, I only have 412,000 health at 1.8 million BR almost. So it's like, when you look at my stat, my HP, 412,000, not too bad. P attack, 17,000, there you go. P defense, agility is what you want to stack in, though. Or, I forgot to mention this actually, every class gets a bonus from a certain stat. So, strength, your archers and rogues will get 5 extra attack for every 20 points of strength. That's not that great. Intelligence, mages, and combatants, whatever that means, I don't know what, but you get 5 M attack for every 20 intelligence. So mages need to specialize in that. Go away, Discord. Physique, your swordsmen get 200 HP for every 20 physique. That's their bonus. Endurance, oracles, there's their bonus. They get 40 extra healing for every 20 endurance they have, which also gives them magic defense and physical defense. Physique, I just said that one. Agility, this is the rogue one. Higher agility gives you an attack boost. For every 20 agility, you get an increase of 7 attack rather than 5, so it's an extra 2 per 20. It also gives you extra dodge and extra hit. So because I focus on agility, I have a 51% chance to avoid somebody with, I don't know how they calculate the hit rates. I have a 153% chance of hitting with 2,400, but this is what you want to focus on primarily, is crit rate and then crit damage.
I see. So those are the key stats for the rogue. So they should definitely be focusing on those stats. So
correct.
Sometimes when you notice a rogue that are not doing well, what do you think? What they are doing wrong? Are they not stacking the right stats, even though they have high BR power?
If they're high BR and they're not doing well, it could be many multitudes of reasons. Maybe their gear, they didn't roll their gear right. Like for my stats on my sword here, my primary weapon, I've got increased crit rate, and some HP. I don't care about these. I'm trying to reforge those. I've got P attack and some crit resist. I've got the thunder helmet. Make sure that you're using the thunder set because you want this crit damage as well as the damage dealt to be up when your HP is low. I've seen some rogues using multiple sets, omnipotent set. You got to make sure you're focusing on which skills you need as well. Make sure you're following all the base pointers in the improve. So if you like here, this is what I do. When I don't know what to level, I'll go through here, look at where I'm lacking a little field skills. Artifact, there you go. That's what I need as my artifact right now. So I'll go there, take a look, and I need more lava diamonds. So now I know that's my focus. That's what I'm looking for right now, because this is my next item to level up.
Yep, that looks like a good place to start for the brand new rogue, because the knowledge you just gave us today, it sounds like a high level knowledge. Maybe only the experienced player will fully understand what you're truly trying to convey. Do you have any good advice for fresh start right now? Because there are a lot of new servers, and there are max level probably like 60 something. So what's your advice on the rogue? Because they don't want to get too overwhelmed by this huge amount of knowledge.
This is a lot of info to take in. My advice for the early rogue: play and have fun. You're not going to be the best PvP. You're going to get squished. I sucked at first. I had to battle against you and Queen when I was in this server. I've been playing for months. I've spent some good money on it. The rogue is a fairly whale type character, but not overly. I've seen some that get away with not whaling. Keep on it, have fun. You'll get there eventually. When you're fighting players of a similar level, just remember your hit and run. When you attack, let's see if I can get this done on BlueStacks. So when you attack, let's go into here. I'll try to emulate a battle for you. So for a new rogue, this is the way you're going to want to battle. If you're a Shadow Dancer, you're going to want to invisibility, use that, go there, and then run away. As soon as you use your clone, dash out, buy yourself time, run. Now I've only got 2 seconds. Now I can dash up here and invisible again. Now I can dash back, cast that, stun you, and by the time the stun's up, I can run away again. We're going to try to get somebody a little bit higher level here so I can show you a little better. I think I should come up to Baru. He's pretty good. So this guy's a Savior, I believe. So this is a good example. Invisibility, clone, stun, run away. Now he's an archer and he can't hit me. My pet is still alive. As soon as he gets in range, boom, use my pet to keep my life up. We're going to stun him, dash over, keep attacking. As he's about to bring my health down, I want to start running away. I don't want to die there, so I now run up here. My invisibility, as he's chasing me, I invisible, dash out of his way. If he was still alive, you clone, stun, and dash out. It's very hit and run. You always want to attack and run away when they're stunned or they're rooted so that they don't have a chance to hit you.
That was a very smooth play. I bet you practiced many times. I remember you practice every day with, regardless of whatever class there. The stronger the better. So I would just want to point out that if you are not passionate to PvP like Crimson, personally, I would recommend Rogue. I'll recommend some other class like Archer, Mage. Like, seriously.
If you're not interested in PvP and you want to play a rogue and enjoy the PvE environment and enjoy the monster battling and the partying, do it. It's fun. You can go Slayer, you can go Shadow Dancer, you can do whatever you want because it's still fun to have all that mobility. Being able to speed up, and just go, 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 go. I'm almost as fast as an archer. And you can jump. It's really fun to just jump around and dash in and out. If you're looking for PvP, it's fun, but it takes a while to get good at. It's a very skill-intense character.
Have you ever regret about playing rogue? If you weren't playing rogue, which class would you be playing?
I did think for a while before they made the changes that I screwed up, that rogue is a horrible class, that it's garbage, there's no damage. But they did some changes. They tweaked the shadow clone damage, and now it's insanely strong. So I'm very happy with the way they've made it work and that they're taking advice on the character classes. Secondary class for me, I'd say either a healer, because I like being a healer, but because of this game and the way it's designed, I'd probably go with a swordy. I like the tank and damage aspects and just being able to stay in the fight and keep going.
Yep, that would have been very interesting to see you play swordy because there aren't many swordies out there. Well, at least in our DST servers, for sure.
Let's take a look at the rankings. So swordies, we've got 2. We've got Hell and Lewis. Actually, no, Port's up there too. So we got 3 that are above average power.
Other than Hell, we don't see them much on the PvP platform, though.
Pardon?
Other than Hell, I don't see other swordy actively playing on PvP side. Don't you think?
I've seen a couple. I know I ran into a Savior 5 swordy. I'm actually friends with her, so let's see if I can pull up her info. During the last Marshall event, there she is. Savior 5 Destroyer. She utterly just, as the name says, she destroyed me. I didn't stand a chance. She one-shot me. But this looks like a very whale-heavy character. She's got Scarlet Cloak level 4. She's got the Red Spearamon Mega level 8.
I see.
She's got the Fire Magma already maxed out. Like, she is fully kitted. Level 35 here. Oh my lord. Yeah.
Yep, remember we were having a discussion shortly before this saying that DST server is a small world. There's a whole new world of player in the EST server.
Yeah, so ESTs came out a little bit after. DST was kind of like the beta group, and the group that stuck around is fairly big and it's good and we have our fun, but as soon as the open worlds dropped, the whales came out of the ocean and they just started spraying.
Yep, it's a big world out there for sure.
Just remember, there's always a bigger fish.
Good word. Well said. Yep, definitely.
Well, please tell me you know that quote.
Oh, yes. I know. But you have to use it on the right timing for sure. Just like any other quote. Yeah, I think that covered everything. One last question for you. If there's nothing else you want to add. Who is the best, your favorite oracle in our server? If it's hard to
best oracle. Well, let's go to the rankings.
If it's hard for you to answer, you can just give me the initial. Does it start with Y or A or J?
My favorite oracle starts with an oracle. I don't have favorites, man. I like everybody. You're getting pretty strong. So you're fairly good. You're more defensive, I find, when I fight you. So you're a bit easier for me to battle. You tend to back up and try to play defensively, so it gives me the aggressive footing. Battling someone like... So I play every battle differently. I don't just go ham every time. So I play based off the opponent. Ace, he's a bit stronger, hits a bit harder, and he's more aggressive. He comes after me. He doesn't use his stun to try to stop me from attacking him. He tries to get it so he can land his damage. So I'm more mindful of staying away from that. Yotaro, he's the guy I'm scared of for oracles. Existo, I'm not really scared of. He does a lot of healing, but he does no damage to me. I don't know why. Yoda, oh man, this guy scares me in the fights. He comes at me hard.
I know he's like a Oracle version of you. He researched hard.
Yep, he's like me. He knows how to do things. He knows how to pump the certain stats, like the damage debuff, crit rating. You want to be able to make sure your artifact's getting leveled up equally. Oh, mounts. I didn't talk about the mount skill. I don't know which skill is best. I went for Space Phantom just so that when I get a little bit low, I can survive a little bit longer. It increases my movement speed so I can run, and it reduces my damage taken. I'm also sitting on a Red Spearmon, Ultimate 6, almost. I'm at 80%, so I need 2 more eggs. Level 179, red gear stat, what is that, 3620, so I'm almost there, and Ascension level 3, rank 3, 0 star. Just in case anybody was wondering that. Actually, while we're on mounts, before I chop off quickly, swiftness, agility, lifesteal, because lifesteal, ultimate, because it gives you crit rate, Ripper, because you ignore P defense, Fatal, because it increases crit damage, and for this one, I'm going to go with Agility, so you get the extra damage boost from that. Yeah, or, Rogue's fun. You have to really be an active player. You got to be using your dodges and your spin and running around. Archer, most hated class.
Yep, same words spoken by Sariel. Yep, he you know how high his class counter level for Archer, so you know it.
Yeah, well, I mean, even mine, I got counter 17 for
Sariel
Archer,
have
and
like
because of
27.
Sariel, I got 18 on Mage, along with the resistances.
I don't think you hate Archer as much as Sariel. Like your level is well balanced. Sariel is like dedicated to Archer. If you see it.
Yeah, so when I was first starting the game, we were playing against you and Queen, who I believe are still like up there in the rating. I don't think they show up anymore. No, they don't, but they were like, I don't know, Savior 1 and 2 months ago. So they were insanely strong, and I could fight you at Seraph 4. I was fighting a Savior 1 and almost winning. But that was because of the guild skills.
Yeah, it makes huge difference. And Sariel once said, if somebody is not doing well, they haven't invested in guild skill well enough. That's his expression. Yeah.
Yep, guild skills are very underutilized, which is why I say when you're sitting there and you're struggling and you're trying to figure out, what do I do? What do I level? How do I raise my BR? Go to this improve tab. Just look for whatever's not fully green, like obviously Pet Gear R doesn't exist yet. Aegis BR doesn't exist yet. But this is where it tells me that this is what I need to work on. Even my guild skills aren't that great yet. So these are my 3 areas that I need to focus on. Everything else looks pretty good. My level and skills, you can't really do much with this. Your gear, I mean, gear is gear. You're going to constantly be upgrading it. Your pet, constantly upgrading it. Enhancement, again, constantly going at it, runes. But this lets me know that I need to focus on Titan, because I need to get my Spiritmon up. It lets me know I need to focus on using my guild points to buy guild skill books, or and that I need to use my arena points to buy lava crystals, lava diamonds. I hoard everything. I keep everything in storage or in my inventory because why not? So I got like 600 of these, I got 7 of those, I got almost 200 buttons, 60 of the pet shards.
And that's why also it's
bunch of
important to
stuff.
do dailies every day too, right? Even though it's tedious.
Do everything, all your dailies. You want to do the Wind Bell quest, buy that from an activity store if you don't feel like running around. I do it. Wind Hunt quest, get your experience every day. Your gear realms, you want to do, if you're level 90, you want to do the 90, the 80, and the 70. You want to do all three times. Your arena, you want to make sure you get your 5 battles in every day. Try to do it around 20-30 hours. I believe that's when the arena resets. Sky Tower, I mean, come on. Who you want your runes, you want supreme plates, just do it. Titan. This I kind of overlook Titan now and then. You have to get it done because it's the best way to level your Spiritmon. You can buy your eggs and power it up. The bounty, it's not essential. It's nice, but it's not needed. Beast Invasion is. So the best thing to do is check your calendar, make sure you know what time everything's starting, check your limited events, scroll to the bottom for your completed list. I know that Beast Invasion is done. Hey, look at that, I gotta do 6 more plant battles today. Gains 2 activity each time, up to 5 times, but that's only the activity. You can still do this up to 10 times and gain something for it, items or experience, whatever. Beast Rampage, try to get in on them whenever possible. Martial Contest, do it. League, do it. Guild Banquet, same time every day. Be a guild member. Scholar, easy points to make, basically. I never do Spirit Gem Collector. You should. You have chances to get eggs, all this stuff. You get a either escort or destroy chest because you need to do one after the event, so just do it. Don't be me. Also, make sure you cap out your activity. This will help you gain lots of monies. I'm low on monies because I've been buying stuff.
Yep, all the
Lightning will
good
I just
those
click
basic
around?
informations. You know, that's where everybody starts, and everybody do them every day to get the level you want for sure. Oh, I think you covered everything. This has been such amazing presentation. Even though you didn't pick me as a favorite oracle, but I forgive you because you have killed 3 opponents in the last guild war and protect me from playing mage. So I forgive you.
I still don't know how I managed to knock out 3 of them.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh no, like when only 2 of us left, but there were like 4 left. It's like,
Yeah,
it's going to be tough, but you just
I was
killed
actually
3.
talking with somebody from that guild while we were fighting with them. I think it was Lexi.
Yep.
So I was talking with this guy, Prognosticator. He was in that guild, and I was talking to Lexi. She was one of their aces. She's Savior 1 sortie. I don't know what class she is though. I like
Yep.
that weapon.
The icons are all messed up. But yep, it was a great, it was amazing guild war. I hope to continue to see your amazing performance on guild war, so I don't have to fight too many people. I'm still not used to mage, so all right.
Hey, our guild's coming up. We're getting some strong people in here now.
Oh yeah, and Yami's getting stronger too.
Getting tankier, indeed.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for having me here, and hopefully I answered all your questions. If anybody in the comments has any further questions or needs some clarifications, if we missed anything, feel free to mention it, and I'll try to answer in the comments.
Thank you. So this has been a Crimson's
I'll say one more
masterclass.
thing. Crimson_Wolf, twitch.ca or twitch.com. Follow me there. I haven't streamed in a while, but I will eventually. CRIMZON_Wolf.
All right. Repeat it one more time, just to be safe.
What? Say my username?
Yep.
Crimson_Wolf. I'll type it out in the guild chat here so everyone can see it. There's my Twitch handle. Feel free to stop by, throw a follow on. I don't stream often, but I'm thinking about starting up again soon. Live streaming just variety games.
Sounds good. Everybody definitely check the place out if you want to be an amazing rogue like Crimson. All right. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
All right. See you at the guild banquet. Talk to you later. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Cheers, buddy. Take care.